Hello everybody. Today we're going to do some flag division, and the problem we're going to be working with is 23,456 divided by 621. So the way this method goes is you're going to start with two vertical lines, and a horizontal line. And now, because actually I'm going to ask for decimals, we don't need this vertical line here. So you set it up kind of like a plus sign with a big extents on the right side. So this is our divisor, this is our dividend. The first digit of the divisor goes here, the next two digits go here. Okay, it's just the setup, it's really important though. Then I'm gonna put my dividend, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, point. You can put a couple of decimals, because I asked for a decimal. So oftentimes it'll ask you for 5 figures in the answer. I'm just going to conventionally go, 10 steps, okay, so let's see what we get. So, the way this works is, we start by asking ourselves, we actually work with this, okay? This is going to act as our divisor. This number is going to be used to make adjustments. I'll explain what that means. But we first look at 6. Does 6 go into 2, similar to the long division traditionally? No. Does 6 go into 23? Yes. That's our first step. So, I'm going to say 23 divided by 6, and you want to say the quotient, which is 3, and the remainder. What's the remainder? 6 times 3 is 18. 18 plus 5 is 23. Okay? So, right underneath here, you want to align it and be really careful. I'm going to put 3, and then because I have a remainder of 5, I put a 5 right there. Okay? Now, we can't say how many times does 6 go into 54 yet. We have to make the adjustment, okay? So the way this is going to work, every even step is going to be an adjustment. So I'm going to take my 54, and here's how this works. Minus, for this step, you take the recent quotient figure, which is 3, and you multiply it by the left flag digit. So 2 times 3 is 6. So I get 48, okay? Now, that's what we want to think of as the dividend. So this all can be done mentally, but I'm explaining the steps. I'm going to write 48. We want to ask ourselves, how many times does 6 go into 48? So I'm going to say 48 divided by 6. Now, even though the answer is 8, remainder 0, we're going to have to say 7. Why? This comes with practice, but the way this method works is if I had a 0 remainder here, I'd have to take something away from here, make the adjustment, and that would be below 0. So I can't say it's 8 remainder 0. I'm going to say 7. 6 times 7 is 42, so there's 6 left over. So I'm right here right now. I put a 7 right here, and then remainder 6. Okay? It's a 5, so it's got to be neat, guys, otherwise it's not going to work out. It's a 6. Okay? Again, we have to make the adjustment. Remember what I said, every even step is going to be an adjustment. So I'm going to take my 65, and here's the part where you have to pay attention. It's going to be a little bit more involved in step 2. From now on, we always subtract the sum of the cross products of our 2 flag digits and our 2 most recent quotient figures. So what I mean by that is this. This is what we're going to subtract. This times this plus this times this. So let's break it down. 2 times 7 is 14. Let me actually write it like this. So I have 2 times 7 plus 3 times 1. Do you have to show all those brackets and make it look like that? No, I want to err on the side of showing more work than I have to. Now, you could also do this. 2 times 7 plus 1 times 3. Left, right, right, left, okay? In either case, we get 65 minus 14 minus, we have to distribute the negative 3. So 65 minus 17, that's 48, okay? So once again, I'm going to put a 48 right here. And How many times? It's already adjusted, so I can say 48 divided by 6. 48 divided by 6. We can't say 8 remainder 0. I'm going to say 7 remainder 6. So I'm going to put a 7 over here. I'm going to talk about where the decimal point goes, but let's get a few more figures. 7, and where does the 6 go? Right here. Okay? And remember what I said, every even step, we're going to make the adjustment. So now I have 66 minus, remember you find the sum of the cross products now. So I look at 21 and I look at 77. It's going to be the same thing it was before, but for the sake of practice, let's do it. Let's do it this way now. 2 times 7 is 14. 1 times 7 is 7. 16 minus 66 minus, this whole thing is 21. So I get 45, okay? So I'm gonna put my adjusted dividend here, 45. Remember, every odd step you're ready to just divide. So 45 divided by 6. What does that equal? Let me write that again. 45 over 6 is 7, remainder 3. So, 45 divided by 6 is 7, remainder 3. So, I'm going to put a 7 right here. I can just put a 7 right here. And I'm going to put a 3 right here. Okay? You have a lot of 7s, just a coincidence. Just happens to work like that. Great. Now, you have to make the adjustment, right? Every even step is the adjustment. So now I'm going to take my 30. What do I subtract? The cross products of 21, and then I have 77 again. So it's going to be the same thing, 21, 77, 14 plus 7 is 21. So I have 30 minus 21. That's just equal to 9. Okay? So I'm going to put a 9 up here. I know my 9s look like a G, but anyways. So, step 9, I'm ready to divide 9 divided by 7 equals what? 1, remainder 2. So right underneath here, I'm going to put 1. And my remainder right here is 2. Okay? One final adjustment to make, because I'm going to stop at step 10. So I say 20 minus, it's going to be, I look at my 71 and my 21. So I'm going to 21, 71. 2 times 1 is 2. 7 times 1 is 7. So 20 minus 2 plus 7. That equals 20 minus 9. That's 11. Okay? So, my true figure here should be 11. Okay? And we could, you know what? Let's just do it. Finish this step mentally. I'm going to add another 0. It's already adjusted. How many times does 6 go into 11? Once, remainder 5. And let's stop there. Where does the decimal point go? Because that's very important. Well, here's how you want to work. Think about it. Decimal point was here. I see 2 flag digits. So, it's going to be moved 2 spaces to the left. So, right here, 1, 2. Bam. So, what's my answer? 37.7711. And you could keep on going. You could extend this method. I'm telling you, once you practice this, you will not have to show all this work. I just wanted to be clear and visual. But notice the patterns. The steps are all listed out for you. Notice when the blue occurs. Notice how every even step looks similar, so on and so forth, okay? Good job. This method is definitely